Thank you for that great introduction, Mr. Gardner. My name again is Lemuel LaRoche. I am the Program Director for YouthForce Innovation Hub. And I would say about 8 years ago, we had to tackle a real serious question that was asked by the city manager. And that question was, do we have a gang problem or do we have a youth development problem? Right? Do we have a gang problem or do we have a youth development problem? And one sort of feeds the other, right? So about 8 years ago, I was tapped to be part of their co-chair, their Youth Gang Task Force. And later, part of their Upward Mobility Task Force that was connected with the Bloomberg. And the whole idea was, what can we create in this community that can really put our kids, our youth on a trajectory towards upward mobility? And I can say, hands down, that we're sitting in this space, a YouthForce Innovation Hub that is in collaboration, in partnership with other existing organizations or other existing innovation hubs, so that we can all step to the world together, step to this community together, and understand exactly where we're going. Right? So I also teach at the University of Georgia in the School of Social Work, and my focus has always been youth development. What are we going to do, and how are we going to prepare our youth for this world that is present and the world that is coming? So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of different strategies that we've been implementing in this space, and I'm going to also give you an opportunity for some Q&A in the future. Right? So what is YouthForce development? I think Sterling said it right. He addressed it. We recognize that while Boys and Girls Club was doing some phenomenal work with youth under the ages of 16 and 13, we saw that it was a sort of a missing space. By the time the kids hit about 13, 14, 15, they're no longer in the club. They don't want to play basketball with their little brothers and sisters. So at some point, we had to think about a pipeline. Where can we actually begin to feed these students? How do we feed these students into the workforce? And how do we create a space such as this that can catch these students, develop them, and prepare them for you all? Right? So YouthForce in a nutshell is what I just expressed. So let's just keep going. Sterling made a great point about, as far as the case for support. We have over 500 young people in Athens, County between the ages of 16 to 21 who are not enrolled in school, who are not employed, who are not enlisted. Right? During the 2021-2022 school year, 603 students graduated from the local public schools in Athens, County. However, about 50%, 48%, or 289 of these graduates were not scheduled to enroll in a university or technical school. Additionally, 187 students did not graduate during the 2021-2022 academic school year. And Sterling asked the question, where are they? We talk a lot about the school and prison pipeline. We talk a lot about the school or the foster care to homelessness pipeline. We talk a lot about the Department of Juvenile Justice to adult correction pipeline. Where are these youth? And how are we catching them? And how are we preparing them for this world that they're going to engage? So why do we exist? We aim to reduce the unemployment rate of young adults between the ages of 16 and 24 who are not enrolled in school by 20% by the year 2028. So we're giving ourselves a challenge. We're not just here because this place looks cute, right? We're going to give ourselves a challenge and say we're going to actually reduce this number. And this is how we plan to do so. As you know, we can't do anything alone. It takes partnership. It takes collaboration. What are some of our collaborators? As Clark County School District, the Athens Chamber of Commerce. We got the School of Social Work. We are partnered with the School of Social Work. So we have social workers in this space who are serving as career coaches. When a student graduates from this program, that student will be aligned or assigned a social worker who's going to work with that student for up to 6 months to make sure that sometimes life happens, right? You graduate, you're ready to prepare for a job, you catch a flat, you have an issue with your family. Sometimes the employer doesn't hear that story. So having a social worker, having someone in between that can actually make that connection, that can actually become the voice for both the youth and the employer, this is why we develop the School of Social Work. Technical schools, nonprofit partners, parents, and employment pipeline partners. This is where a lot of you play a very key role. And I'd be remiss if I don't highlight just a small win We had somebody that graduated from the program. We sent her to Piedmont. She's ready. She said she's done an interview. She hasn't heard nothing back. She felt it was all a waste of time. Just speaking with Miss Cooks, Elaine, we just got her on the phone, and now we're going to read. She was considering leaving Athens or going to St. Mary. Elaine said, no, I got you. We're going to make sure that we get you employed ASAP. That's what we're talking about. It's one thing for us to say we're going to send them down the pipeline and extend them to employment, but if we don't have that personal touch, that personal connection from each one of you all, this would have been a missed opportunity, and we would have lost somebody in Athens who has a master's. We'd have lost her to North Carolina, because she's like, Athens is not trying to employ me. So this is an example of why we do what we do and why this connection is important. So let's keep going. Of course, corporate pipeline partners, local government, Chamber of Commerce, manufacturing roundtable, all of these are partners. We need everybody to make this happen. We don't operate in a vacuum. We have to work together, and this is what YouthForce is about. What are our targets? We got middle schoolers, we got high schoolers, and we got disengaged youth. When we said middle schoolers, we're focusing on those 7th, 8th graders. Those who are ready to explore the world, those that are ready to just get their hands wet. Let me take something apart. Let me put it back together. You all have grandkids and great-grandkids and children. Let's figure out a way to engage them, and this is what we're doing with the middle schoolers. High schoolers, a lot of them are trying to get their first-time jobs, right? So this is a space where we can explore, allow them to explore all the resources that are available. When we say disengage youth, what are we talking about? We have a partnership with the Department of Juvenile Justice. They send kids. In fact, we may have a couple of kids come in while we all are sitting down, right? We have Department of Juvenile Justice kids coming through here. We have kids that are in the youth, in the foster care system coming through this space, and we are providing them with opportunities that they can get the skills that they need to move forward. So disengaged youth, those students who are still in school but have given up, or those who have graduated and don't have a clue of what it is that they're going to be doing. This is the space that we're targeting, and this is the pie chart to give you an example of how we make it happen. Right? Employment pathways, what do? We created something called a career compass, and that contains I would say 4 important key points, but I'm going to highlight 3. Exploration. This is allowing participants to explore all the available jobs that is in this area. For the career pathway, for the career compass, we need professional development. This is something that they come and they get that hands-on, one-on-one, get on that stage, eye contact, shake hands, get to become a little personal, time management. Those are important keys that we push through the PPD, personal and professional development. The next is the career development. We have a list of various different careers and opportunities that we allow the students to choose, and upon them choosing those careers, we allow them to just get inundated in that. Allow them to learn as much as they can. We tell them to pick anywhere from 3 to 4. You may start something and get bored. And then again, the attention span is kind of low these days, right? So I get excited with one thing and I forgot about it 10 minutes later. So we try to find a way to explore a couple of different areas to see all the different spaces that may connect with you. And then the other one is financial literacy, right? First time employers say kids get their checks, sometimes people get their checks, and we don't see them again. I'm rich. I think I'm rich after my first check. Why? Because no one has taught me the principles of financial literacy, right? So this is one of the spaces that we really want to incorporate in here. Right, let's keep going. And you get a chance to see personal and professional development, soft skills. These are all the things that we teach them. Conflict resolution, how to complete application, how to engage a job, how to do training for jobs, right? We have the financial literacy. We have various different banking systems, as well as we have an internal process as well that we can use to help kids complete financial literacy. Let's keep going. So how do we look to engage? Of course, it's recruitment, employment, development, and job placement. So recruitment, we get them into the space, allow them to explore. We do a lot of different outreach at the Clark County School District, at Foothills, at some of these communities as a way to bring them into the space. Once they're here, we allow them to explore, we develop them, and then we put them into the job placement. Let's keep going. What are some of our short-term strategy? Our goal, number 1, provide career exploration and fundamental workforce development skills to young people between the ages of 12 to 16. These are more of our, I would say, our middle schoolers, right? These are the kids that we have coming from the Boys and Girls Club, not just in Athens, but also throughout the region. Get them into the space, and one of our goals is to implement job ready and career prep program to at least 50 young people during the 2023-2024 school year. And I can say, I would say we either passed that or we've definitely met that mark. 90% of students will show an increase in knowledge for pre and post tests. And that's a whole nother discussion that we're going to have about my future at a later time. Next, our short-term goals 2, provide first-time job opportunities for youth between the ages of 15 to 17. These are the high schoolers. I'm trying to get my first job, right? So we get them into the space and we connect them with employers and we get them an opportunity to get their first jobs. So what are our goals? Identify at least 10 employers who will provide first-time job opportunities for participants by 2024. Again, these are goals that we have set for ourselves. Right? Now, in many cases, we're definitely hitting the mark, but we had to set realistic goals that we know that we can reach. Goal number 2, secure part-time employment opportunities for at least 20 students during the school year and the summer month of 2024. Right? Goal 3, provide opportunities and placement for disengaged youth. And disengaged youth is a very serious product. Anybody that understands DFACS, Department of Family and Children Services, anybody that understands the foster care unit, we have so much students who emancipate themselves by the time they turn 16, 17, they can't wait to get out of the foster care unit. And what happens? We find a lot of them homeless. Right, so who's going to catch them? We have went out there, engaged with those foster care units to bring those students in here to at least develop a new policy within DFACS. If you're going to let a kid out into the community without any kind of employment, at the very least, get them through YouthForce so that we can at least touch them, we can engage with them. So the disengaged youth, our focus is to make sure that 20 disengaged youth will complete our career compass and get full-time job training by December 2024. And step 2, 15 disengaged youth will be gainfully employed by December 2024. Short-term goals, again, provide job opportunities to graduate seniors. Mr. Finch touched on it, and we've been working diligently with the school, Clark County School District, to make sure that each year those seniors get a chance to come into this space, but we need also your employers. So we can have these tables, and we're looking for people that can actually hire these seniors on the spot. What are the biggest complaints we hear? People say, I'm tired of coming to programs where I'm just going to work on my resume, and everybody's telling me job development skills, and then I get out there and I'm still looking for a job. Right? So we wanted to change that to say it's not a job fair, it's a hiring fair. And we want to make sure that whoever we don't catch, and it was in partnership, we're going to bring them right back in here so we can get another round. Right? So we can make sure that we at least get them employed. So what's our focus? At least 40 students receiving immediate full-time job offers with benefits by 2024. Out of the 100 graduating students are participating in our hiring fair. This is what we're looking to accomplish. At least 25 of those students receiving advanced work training by December 2024. Again, we're very methodical, we're very thoughtful in how we're looking to engage and make sure that we're catching our students. I'm long-winded, so I'm going to find a way to shorten it up a little bit. Finally, our long-term goal. This is what we're looking to really engage. By 2028, YouthForce will be bringing 100 new employees into the workforce annually. So again, we're working it up. Right now, we have the job of catching everyone. We have all these middle schoolers coming into the space. And by 2028, we want to make sure that we're at least adding at least 100 new people into the workforce annually. Right? So by 2028, YouthForce will bring 100 new employees with full-time benefits into the regional workforce. Moreover, YouthForce will identify and partner with 50 new regional employers and provide 50 students first-time, summer, and part-time employment and opportunities. And as you can see, we can say Boys and Girls Club has been doing some phenomenal work. So we're a movement by ourselves. Boys and Girls Club can do the work, but it's a force when everyone starts to work together. When everyone learns to work together and coordinate together, that's how we become a force for this workforce in this community. So with that said, I want to take a moment and I want to bring You all know he's not a stranger to this community. He's not a stranger to our city. Mr. David Bradley, who's going to come up and share some of his visions of what's going on with the Chamber of Commerce and how we all invested in the process. Thank you all so much, and I can't wait to give you all a tour after this